Hey folks, welcome back to Gaming Garbage, where we take a look at games, chat about the gaming news in the industry, and of course stream for fun. Today, as you guys voted for, you guys wanted a Black Friday video, and thank you too for voting. It was actually the poll that people voted most on, which I really appreciated. And yeah, so what we're gonna do is we gotta preface this a little bit. So I was just going to focus on gaming, and that's what I'm still going to continue to do. I mentioned that in the poll. For those of you that didn't vote or didn't see it, I'm just going to be focusing on mainly like TVs, gaming accessories like controllers and headsets, and then of course video games and gaming services like Game Pass and stuff like that. And then I'm going to be going through, so this video will just be pre-Black Friday. I will do another video of Black Friday sales, and then we'll see if there's really anything for like Cyber Monday or Cyber Monday week. And then that should be it. So stay tuned for those. So we're going to be going over Best Buy, which had the best ones so far, Fred Meyer, Target, and Amazon. I did check GameStop. There's nothing yet. And I also checked Newegg, which really didn't have much. And also it was very hard to find stuff on their website. So even things like typing in Xbox controller or PlayStation controller, I got nothing. But typing in headset, I could see some PlayStation controllers. It was kind of weird. So it's like they got their tags mixed up or something. But hey, let's go ahead and dig into this. So first we're going to go over Best Buy. And a lot of these sales are, of course, pre-Black Friday, and they last until November 16th. So you have until then. As for the TVs, the LG 48-inch A2 Series OLED 4K at 60 Hz is $550 instead of $1,300. That's over 50% off, and that's honestly the best deal for a TV I've ever seen so far looking at TVs. If you are looking for something quite a bit cheaper, then Walmart or Target and Fred Meyer too, I'm sure, have a Samsung CU 7000 for about 22 to 20 or excuse me, $220 to $240. And this is a crystal screen. It's still fairly good. It's going to give you that 4K. It's going to give you that consistent 60 hertz. And then it has some other features like smart TV and stuff. But yeah, that's a Samsung CU 7000. And that one too is a very, very cheap option. So if you don't have 4K or your TV's broke or whatever, you can definitely get that one. But otherwise, I would definitely go for the A2 Series OLED by LG if you can. The smallest size they have is 48. They also have, I think, a 55 and a 65 up from there, and maybe even a 70. But yeah, check around. But yeah, Best Buy has the best deal at $550 instead of $1,300. So really good deal right there. Also for storage space, and unfortunately there wasn't any deals that I could find for PlayStation storage space, just for Xbox. So Seagate has a 1 terabyte for the Series X, Series S for $150 at Best Buy through November 16th instead of $220. So again, that's a really good deal for an extra terabyte. Now I gotta preface this too. With the Xbox, with the Series X and the Series S, you cannot play games from a external SSD that is not certified by Xbox. So if it's not certified by Xbox, and they only certified one, which was the one by Seagate, then none of the others are going to work. So if you see other ones that aren't Seagate brand, don't buy them, because they don't have a correct partition that the console is going to recognize to actually play those games, unless they changed it, which I haven't heard anything from Microsoft about a change in policy. But the only ones that are going to work are the specific Seagate drive SSDs that are the 1 and the 2 terabyte. Anything else, you're not going to be able to play directly off of that SSD. What you'll have to do instead is you'll have to get it onto the internal hard drive on your console, and then you can be able to play Xbox Series X games from that. Otherwise, if it's Xbox One or 360, you can play off of any external hard drive you want as long as it has a USB 3.0 connection and port to it, you'll be just fine. But yeah, with these, and this is, yeah, it sucks. You can only buy one, so yeah, there is a monopoly on this. But yeah, that's why the Seagate 1 terabyte is such a good deal at 150, is because, yeah, we don't have any other options, and 220 bucks was pretty expensive. So yeah, 150 is pretty good. I already have one myself. I have a 1 terabyte. I am looking for a 2 terabyte at some point. But yeah, so far the 1 terabyte extra is doing okay by Seagate. But there is a deal too at I'm thinking at Walmart. You get a 2 terabyte regular hard drive that you can hook up externally to put your Xbox One games on or your 360 games on. And then the bundle also comes with the Seagate 1 terabyte SSD that you can play your Series X games on. So, and that whole bundle right there, I think that whole bundle right there is $200 or $250, somewhere in there. But they're very hard to find at Walmart, but they do exist and they do carry them. So you can check around where the headsets are and where the extra controllers are, and they should be right there. And yeah, it's a dual hard drive bundle by Seagate, and it's a great deal for what you get. Also on Best Buy, the Seagate 2 terabyte for the Series X is also on sale for $280 instead of $400. So this one isn't as good of a deal for the amount of hard drive space that you're getting, but still, it's under $300 instead of $400, and this also too is through November 16th. Let's see, looking at headsets, the SteelSeries Arctis 9X wireless is $100 instead of $200. This is also November 16th. So this is noise canceling. It's actually fairly comfortable according to the reviews. This is not surround sound, it's just stereo. It's a 20-hour battery, 30-foot max range for how far away you can be from the dongle. And then this also has Bluetooth, or no, it doesn't have a dongle, excuse me. This is just Bluetooth. Some people did complain that some people were having connection issues because it was wanting to disconnect and reconnect over and over again. And so if your modem is actually close by, this may not be the best option for you if it's really close to your game console. So if your modem is somewhere else in the house or, you know, several feet away or whatever, you may not have an issue, but yeah, your modem can interrupt your connection signal to your headset. So just be aware of that. That came up in the reviews. There's also the SteelSeries Arctis 7X wireless. Why it's a lower number, I have no idea, because it's actually better. You'd think the higher number would be better, but this is 160 instead of 180, so you're not saving too much. But this also has noise canceling. This has surround sound, 7.1, a 38-hour battery life, again a max of 30 feet, and then it also has a radio frequency dongle, which is 2.4 gigahertz, and then also Bluetooth. So, and yeah, that's 150. So for an extra $60, you can get a better headset. And the SteelSeries is pretty good. Lions got one himself, and he actually enjoys those. Lion, if you're willing to make a comment on what you think of the SteelSeries, go ahead and leave it. That'd be awesome. Also at Best Buy, which this is an exclusive, there's the Rig 900 Max. And now the Rig 900 is not anywhere else. This is wireless and wired, depending on what you want. This is $250. This is not on sale. I wish it was, otherwise I'd probably buy it. But yeah, this is $250, and this is a cheaper option compared to comparable headsets that are anywhere from $300 to $400. Probably $400 ones would be a little bit better quality, but these still have large drivers in them. I did get some conflicting reports on whether it's 40mm drivers or 50mm drivers in the ear sets. But so far, out of about 50 reviews, people really like them. So they're getting a 4.4 out of 5 for a review. But yeah, again, a lot of the info is left blank on Best Buy's website, which I don't know why. So I had to do some digging around myself. What I was able to find is is that it has Dolby Atmos, and you're able to create a personal profile setting in your Diablo Atmos app, if you do have that. And this is the first time you can actually create your own personal setting and actually save it, which is pretty cool. No other headset right now does this. I'm sure it will in the future. These also have a 50 to 60 hour battery life in the headset. It also comes with a dock, so you can just set it in there and it'll charge for you. Sometimes it's not a perfect sit, so you got to make sure that it's sitting properly so that that connection's there. And one person reviewed it, said that he had to wiggle it around every once in a while. Not every time he set it down, but sometimes the connection wouldn't be made. So he had to wiggle it around in the dock and then it would connect. This also has radio frequency, so you have a dongle, and then you also have Bluetooth, and then if you want to, you also have a wire if you want to charge it while you're playing. These are also considered better than the 800s. This still has 7.1 surround sound, quite a bit of other stuff, I assume, because that's what the 800 has. But yeah, what's frustrating is it doesn't have all of the stats on Best Buy. So if you're curious, if you're interested, if you want a pretty high-level headset at a cheaper price, I really suggest trying the Rig. And I really like Planetonics because they're the ones that make the Rigs. And the Rig headsets are so far my favorite. I've had over 10 years of trying different headsets. Everything from Turtle Beach to Astros to PDP to and to Rigs. And I really enjoy this one. The rigs so far have been really good, and what I really like about them is that they're spare parts. Now with the 900, there are no spare parts that I could find, but the 500s have a lot of different spare parts. The 600s, a little bit. 700s have spare parts, and the 800s have spare parts too. And what's so nice is that if your mic is broke, you just take your mic off, it disconnects simply, and you can just buy another one for $10 and plug it in. Same with the like the Rig 500, like what I'm using right now. I can take my cord off and replace just the cord. I can replace just the frame. I can replace just the earmuffs or the ear cuffs or whatever. I can just replace the headband. I can replace anything I want. And it's really nice. Do your own research. A really good place to go is Amazon. But and sometimes too they have refurbished ones, they have used ones, and of course new ones too. But they do sell out quickly, and also their parts sell out too. And there are quite a few different models, so you got to make sure you got to get the right ones. Like in the 500, there's the 500, and then there's the 500 Pro, or like the 700s have a ultra lightweight model. But they also have a 700 Pro model as well. So you got to make sure you get the right correlating stuff for what you need. But it is a little bit of research time, but the fact that you can just buy what you need and replace it is nice. No other headset that I know of allows this, which they should, especially with some of the money you pay. It's pretty crazy. Let's see, looking also at Best Buy, you can buy 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate for $15. Instead of $17, so you save a few bucks there if you're interested in that. I think that's online only. No console deals that I could find, no controller deals that I could find, which was quite frustrating. Also, no deals for rechargeable batteries or like rechargeable battery packs, nothing like that. So that was it for Best Buy. I did also check games, and there really weren't any games. So I don't know if that's coming later, like with actual Black Friday. I have no idea, but yeah, the pre-Black Friday just seemed pretty bleak. Just kind of not much. Also, looking at Costco, really didn't see anything. It was pretty worthless. They had pre-Black Friday, pre-Black Friday, online only, and an actual Black Friday for their entire ad of 32 pages, and I really didn't see anything that was better than anywhere else. It's, yeah, in my opinion, it's the worst Costco ad they've ever had for Black Friday. So just skip out on Costco. It's not going to be worth it. Fred Meyer. So PlayStation 5 Spider-Man 2 bundle is $500 instead of $560. So basically you get the game for free. And this is the disk drive one. This is not the digital only version. That deal starts on November 10th, so literally just a couple days, folks. Also, Fred Meyer PlayStation 5 controllers, are $50 instead of 70 or 75, and it's the white and the black ones. And that deal also starts on the 10th. And that was it for Fred Meyer. Again, it was pretty bleak. Not really much there. Also, too, Target, they have a buy two, get one free on select games, which includes Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. So you can take a look at that one. Of course, it's only with supplies that last. You could also see if that's online only. It didn't say online only, so I assume it's in store, but I don't know if it's both in store and online. You'd have to check that. There also was not any specific date for that, so that's actually running right now. But I don't know how long it lasts for. I couldn't find that on their ad, which was pretty frustrating. I checked GameStop. Nothing at GameStop, so we gotta wait for actual Black Friday. It should be coming soon, I would think, within the next week. I also checked Newegg. Again, they didn't have anything. It's hard to find stuff. They had a lack of consoles, lack of games, lack of TVs even, lack of gaming headsets. I mean, it was annoying. They did have a few things for Xbox One and Xbox Series X, and they did have some controllers for PlayStation, but again, the PlayStation controllers weren't on sale, and then most of the games that they had for Xbox, we already have, probably. Like Far Cry 6, the Ezio Collection, Football Club 2024, and some other some other stuff, but again, it really wasn't important, or it wasn't anything. It was a real bummer. Newegg used to be really good. I used to love going there for stuff. But yeah, they didn't really have that. Next was Amazon. The Samsung CU8000 TV was $250, which honestly, that's pretty freaking cheap. And just like the 7000, the 8000 is slightly better. It's got a few more features to it, but you can do your research a little bit. But they're both pretty much the same TV for the most part. 4K, it's 60 frames. Again, your best bet is going to be that LG A2 series OLED for $550. It is quite a bit more expensive than $250, but yeah, the 8000 and 7000 aren't horrible TVs for 4K. Just about everything's 4K now. Also, Amazon had the Seagate 1TB solid state drive for the Series X for $150 instead of $220, just like Best Buy. So if you can't get it at Best Buy, you can try Amazon, and vice versa. And then, yeah, Amazon, they had some HyperX, they had some Beats audio for headsets, and for headphones. I think they had one Bose that was a little cheaper, by like $50. But yeah, the best thing for Amazon is those rigs. They are cheap, and depending on when you buy them too, they can be cheaper or more expensive. But right now, the 700s are about $60 to $75. The 800s are about $180 to $100. The 900s you can only get at Best Buy, and they're not on sale. And then the 500s you can get anywhere from $40 to basically $60. So they can get pretty cheap, and then you can get your spare parts there too. I actually have a drawer with spare parts for my wife's and my 500 Pro headset, so that when they fail, something goes wrong on them, we can just replace the part right there. So that's all I had really for Black Friday. Honestly, it felt really lackluster. Just not a lot there. And this too is probably the year where I've seen the least amount of tech sales ever for any Black Friday. I've been doing Black Friday at least for 15 years. It was a family tradition. For my wife, it was family tradition too. And so when we got together, we still continue to do Black Friday. It's not going to be around forever. Eventually, everything's just going to be online only. But yeah, there just was not really much at all, which was incredibly frustrating. There was more clothes. There was more kitchen accessories and cookware. More toys even. But boy, just the technology side of Black Friday is just kind of missing this year, which is a real bummer. I hope we get more for actual Black Friday ads when they come out, but yeah, we'll have to see. I will also do one. I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't look it up, but I will actually do one too, a Black Friday for Xbox Game Store if you guys are interested for that, and I will couple that in when I do my Black Friday video. So stay tuned for that. So thanks for voting, folks. Again, I was happy to do this for you. The only thing I might be interested in is actually getting the 900, but yeah, $250. Money's tight right now. And then possibly doing where'd it go? Yeah, probably the one of the Seagate hard drives. Getting a good deal on those. So anyway, hopefully you guys are doing well. Stay tuned for the real Black Friday video, and that one will be coming out in a couple of weeks. And hey, I'll see you then.